Japan has a clutter problem, and it's completely intentional. Most people assume Japanese design is all clean lines and empty shelves, but the actual homes and streets tell a completely different story, and the gap between that myth and reality is where some of the smartest object design on the planet lives. There are 15 ordinary objects in Japan that most people walk right past without realizing they solve a problem you didn't even know you had. Once you see the logic built into each one, you'll start noticing how much friction your own stuff creates every single day. Number 1, heated toilet seats with built-in bidets. The Japanese toilet seat does about 5 jobs at once, and most people in the West don't realize that until they're standing in front of one trying to figure out the control panel. The heated seat sounds like a hotel luxury, but Japanese bathrooms are often small, unheated rooms separated from the rest of the apartment, and winters get cold. A standalone bidet would eat floor space nobody has. So the seat absorbs the whole system: heating, washing, drying, deodorizing, and sometimes a sensor that lifts the lid when you walk in, all inside the footprint of an object you already needed. Japan didn't start with a toilet and ask what to add. They started with a cramped, cold room and asked what one object could absorb. Number 2, transparent umbrellas for better visibility in crowds. In a packed train station, an umbrella isn't just something you carry. It's a 60-centimeter radius you're swinging around every time you turn. And in a dense crowd, that's constant friction for everyone near you. Japan's transparent vinyl umbrella, the vinyl casa, fixes this in the most straightforward way possible. You can see through it so you can read the crowd around you, make eye contact, track movement, and navigate without your umbrella blocking any of it. When everyone's carrying a different opaque color, the visual field gets noisy and people move less efficiently. When they're all clear, the crowd flows better collectively. These umbrellas also cost almost nothing, so leaving one in a stand at a building entrance doesn't hurt. That low cost isn't a compromise. It's what makes the whole system work. Number 3, bento boxes with carefully divided compartments. A bento box is a lunch container, but the compartments are doing more work than they look like they're doing. There's a fixed space for rice, a fixed space for protein, a fixed space for vegetables, and maybe a small section for something pickled. You don't decide the proportions. The box already decided them, and you just fill it. The divisions also keep wet food away from dry food, so sauced items don't bleed into your rice over 3 hours in a bag. That's not aesthetics. That's food science built into the container's geometry. Bento culture also produced a whole accessories ecosystem around the box. Small sauce containers, silicone dividers, and tiered boxes that stack vertically so you carry more food without taking up more bag space. Number 4, coin trays at checkout counters. At every checkout counter in Japan, there's a small tray sitting right at the edge of the register. You put your money in it, the cashier takes it from there, counts your change on that same surface, and you take it back. Nobody hands anything directly to anyone. That tray removes a problem most people don't consciously notice: the awkward choreography of passing coins between strangers without touching fingers. Physical contact between people who don't know each other is minimal in Japan, so the tray creates a neutral zone where the whole transaction happens cleanly. It also slows things down just enough to prevent errors. Coins don't roll away, bills don't get crumpled in a rushed handoff, and the cashier has a fixed surface to count on accurately. Number 5, public restroom privacy sound machines. In Japanese public restrooms, there's often a small button on the wall near the toilet. Press it and you hear the sound of running water, not because anything's flushing, but just to make noise. The device exists because people were flushing repeatedly just to cover the sounds of using the toilet, and that was wasting a serious amount of water per visit. So instead of more plumbing, someone built a small speaker that plays a looping water sound and stops when you press it again. Problem solved with a button. Number 6, compact folding umbrellas designed for everyday carry. A full-size umbrella is about 80 centimeters long when closed, won't fit in a bag, drips on everything near it, and ties up a whole hand. Japan's compact folding umbrella collapses to around 20 centimeters and slides into a coat pocket. The engineering problem is that every fold point is a potential break point. Cheaper folding umbrellas flex at the joints and snap after a few months. Japanese manufacturers reinforced the rib joints and redesigned how the canopy attaches, so the umbrella holds its shape under wind even after hundreds of open and close cycles. Number 7. Smart rice cookers with automated cooking logic. A rice cooker sounds like the simplest appliance you can own. Put rice in, press a button, rice comes out. But high-end Japanese rice cookers don't follow a fixed timer at all. They use fuzzy logic to monitor temperature and moisture inside the pot throughout the whole cooking cycle and adjust in real time. The cooker's reading the rice and making decisions, not just counting down. You can set it to finish at 7 a.m., and it calculates backward to figure out when to start soaking and when to start cooking. Number 8. Mechanical pencils with advanced anti-break mechanisms. Mechanical pencils break lead at the tip constantly, and if you write or draw for any length of time, you know exactly how annoying that is. You push slightly too hard, the lead snaps, you lose a few millimeters, and you stop to click more through. Some Japanese mechanical pencils have a lead pipe that retracts slightly when you press down, absorbing the force before it reaches the tip. Others advance the lead automatically as it wears, so you never click the button at all. The pencil just keeps up with you. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you're enjoying the content. Number 9. Plastic food models displayed outside restaurants. Outside almost every restaurant in Japan, there's a glass case with plastic models of the dishes on the menu. The ramen shows actual noodles and broth. The curry shows the rice and sauce. Each sushi piece gets modeled individually at roughly the real size. A text menu you can't read tells you nothing. A photo loses scale and texture. A three-dimensional model at full size, hand-painted by craftspeople who do this professionally, gives you enough information to just point at what you want. Number 10. Vending machines with both hot and cold drink options. Japanese vending machines sell hot and cold drinks at the same time, from the same machine. You can grab a cold green tea, and the person behind you can pull a hot can of coffee, without either of you going anywhere else. Inside the machine, two completely separate temperature systems run at once. Hot drinks sit at around 55 degrees Celsius, cold drinks at around 5 degrees, and insulated compartments keep those zones from interfering with each other. Number 11. Compact K cars designed for tight urban spaces. Japan has a legal vehicle category called K, which means light, and the size limits are exact. No longer than 3.4 meters, no wider than 1.48 meters, no taller than 2 meters. Those numbers aren't guidelines. They're the law, and they exist because Japanese city streets and parking spaces were literally built around them. Fitting 4 seats, a trunk, and a working engine into that box is a real engineering problem, so manufacturers went vertical. K cars are taller relative to their footprint than almost any other vehicle type, which gets you headroom and cargo space without breaking the length or width limits. Number 12. Futons that fold away to free up living space. A Japanese futon isn't a couch that unfolds. It's a sleeping mat you lay on the floor at night and fold into a closet called an oshier every morning. And once it's gone, the room it was in becomes whatever you need it to be. The oshier is built into the wall specifically to receive it, so the futon and the architecture work together as one system. Western beds sit permanently in a room and the room gets organized around them. A futon room has nothing fixed at floor level, so the same 12 square meters works as a bedroom at night and a living space during the day. Number 13. Refillable pens and stationery designed for long-term use. A disposable pen costs almost nothing up front, and that's exactly the problem with it. You never think about it, never maintain it, and throw it away the moment it runs dry. A refillable fountain pen works the opposite way. You pay more at the start, but the nib slowly adjusts to your exact writing angle over months of use, and the grip wears to fit your hand. Japanese stationery brands like Pilot, Sailor, and Platinum built whole systems around keeping a pen alive for decades, with ink cartridges, converter systems, nib replacements, and repair programs that treat the pen as something worth fixing rather than replacing. Number 14. Tactile paving integrated into sidewalks and stations. Japanese train stations and sidewalks have yellow textured tiles built directly into the floor, running through stations, along platform edges, and across intersections. Two patterns do all the work. Raised dots tell you to stop or pay attention, and raised bars tell you which direction to follow. The code is consistent across every station and every city, so once you know it, you can navigate a station you've never visited without seeing any of it. Japan first installed these tiles, called Tenji blocks, in Okayama in 1967, and the system has since spread to countries worldwide. Number 15. Suica and Pasmo cards that combine transit and payment functions. Suica and Pasmo are rechargeable cards that work on trains, subways, buses, convenience stores, vending machines, and some taxis. You tap in, tap out, and the right fare gets deducted automatically. No tickets, no cash, no figuring out which zone you're in. The transaction processes directly on the card's chip, so it doesn't need a network connection. That means it works underground where there's no signal, and the whole tap takes about 0.2 seconds. At peak hour in Tokyo Station, where hundreds of thousands of people move through turnstiles daily, that speed is the only reason the flow doesn't collapse. Every object on this list solves the same basic problem: too much life crammed into too little space. Japan didn't respond to that by owning less. It responded by designing objects that do more, shrink away when you don't need them, or quietly remove friction from the moments when you're most pressed for time. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and support the channel for more content.